catch that. The CDU set up a trap and the government actually got trapped into it. Down the line, we start to see the war develop, and obviously Ukraine did not win at all against Russia. And in fact, everyone is losing in that war, right? There are no winners because Ukraine is losing territory. Russia is actually becoming a little bit less popular among its people because people don't want a war in Ukraine. And also the EU has no energy and everyone is suffering at the same time. It's affecting the global economy. There's so many variables and issues. In the end of the day, nobody is really winning this war. This is the clear picture of that. In fact, every single war that happened in the world, nobody won anything. It was just about destruction and division. And people just became more polarized and divided society even more. The point that I'm trying to make, the CDU party, the right wing, deceived the government that's in power right now, because not a long time ago, they started to publicly say that supporting the war in Ukraine is the wrong thing to do. So now they are having an opposition against the current government, and they're going to use this energy crisis to fuel their agenda. So they're going to be able to convert more people that voted against them to vote for them in the next election. That was the setup plan. And that was something that they implemented to manipulate the current government in Germany in order to regain those votes that they lost in the last general election. Everything was a setup. It was never because they were concerned about the EU or the German people. The CDU party planted a seed and it was just waiting until it grew so they could go on and implement the agenda. And if you analyze every single thing what happened the last few months since the beginning of 2022, you're going to analyze what I'm saying right now is factual. Were carefully implemented so the government would be in a position in which it would be difficult for them to manage the gas supply, the energy supply that Germany needs to operate and function and to stay productive and gain employment and reduce inflation. And you understand what I'm trying to explain. Now we are back to the energy crisis that we are living right now. Everything started in the beginning of the year. My question is why the government did not see that coming. So now we are seeing EU leaders and even Olaf Scholz as well going to countries and begging for oil when everything could have been avoided. Everything could have been a little bit more intelligently executed. The German government could have taken different positions and take more strategic decisions that would have avoided the war in the first place. That leading position was important in terms of creating a situation where the war would not take place in the first place. Not blaming the German government, but there was a lot of people talking a little bit too much on the news, especially from the Green Party. To be honest, I like the Green Party, I like the SPD. I'm not trying to be against those political parties. I think the Ampel is a great coalition. But what I'm trying to say is that a lot of people was just talking too much, not thinking enough. And this is not politics. Politics and politicians should be more wise and knowledgeable that everything has a consequence and they cannot control a super powerful country like Russia. There will be backlashes. And this is what we need a little bit more in Germany, in the EU. People that are wise and think before they speak and have knowledge. And this is the issue that we are having out now. The issue that we have right now is that we have an energy crisis. And all of that could have been avoided if they took the right positions at the right time. So now you're going to start to see the right-wing party bombard the government with questions and challenge the current government and say that the energy crisis is their fault, could have taken different decisions, that is just not working out for the population. And obviously the population will not going to be able to connect the dots. So they're going to think, hey, is the Ampel's coalition's fault or is just the SPD's fault? Let's just simplify. It's Olaf Scholz fought because of the energy crisis. In fact, the CDU party, the right-wing party, was also promoting the war in Ukraine. So, and Olaf Scholz was actually skeptical at first, but somehow he just gave in because everyone was promoting the war in Ukraine, especially the German news that is heavily affected and influenced by the right-wing party.